Make it fit, they said. Did a little cutting on the old G-body. So I've been working on the G-body to try to make it work. So these are the types of things that you have to do to make it work. So I'm gonna kind of go over some of the things that I've done to make it where I want it to be. I've got a pretty good direction on where I'm going. For those of you who haven't done like modifications, kit bashing, those types of things, these are the types of pains that you go through to make things fit the way you want them to fit. So when I do these things, I start in my head of a stance that I really want, and then I go from there. So let me phase you out a little bit, and then I'll show you what the stance looks like. Stand by. Okay, guys, I got some mock-up wheels here. These aren't the wheels that I'll be using on this build, but this is what we're looking for. That's the exact stance that I'm shooting for. That's as low as I can get in the back, and pretty much low as I can get in the front. As you can see, the front's barely off the ground, and we have room to manipulate exhaust. We have room to feed it underneath the car and go out any direction you really wish. And what I did with the body is I ended up putting on the spoiler package that comes with this kit. And the spoiler package is pretty neat. It's very 80s, very stylish. Back in the 80s, they loved their spoiler packages. So this is just a package that it's basically just bolt on. It's got the widened wheel tubs and it's got the fender flares on it. But it's really a sexy car. I might go a little higher, maybe up to there, but for all intents and purposes, this is what I'm going for. So how'd I get here? So I'll start by showing you inside of the hood. Keep in mind that there's some cleanup that has to take place, but I cut out all of this interior to basically get to where I'm at. This had a molded in fan shroud. I cut that out. This had a molded in battery. All that stuff was molded in through here. So cut all that out so I have more room. And there's actually a fender well on the inside here that I got rid of as well. So I think we're at where we want to be. I'll show you what I did with the frame. The frame, I wanted to use the 67 for the entire frame. Unfortunately for the 67, the front cut off at about right here. There's a huge gap. So I wanted to use this one. Now, you can see where I joined this together. So I'm going to continue. You can see I've started to sand this down. So once I get this sanded down, you will not be able to tell. I am going to run a bar that goes across here to connect there. So basically what you'll see is a continuation here from this over to here. And that'll make it look like it belongs. And that's the thing, is when you do these, you kind of like cut, and then you got to backtrack and make it look like it belongs there. So what I'm gonna do is pause you again, or maybe not, I can take it right out. All right, so you can see where I cut. This has a shelf right here. It's a perfect place to cut. And then the interior was another project in itself. If I can get it out. If I can't, I'll pause you. I got it out. All right, so the tub, you'll see these holes here. These were foot wells that basically drop down. Well, obviously it's not gonna sit flush if those are there, so I cut those off. And the other issue that I had, if you put it right, you can see where I drew a line where it belongs in the car, so I knew where to set it. And when I set it, see, it sets flush. It wouldn't have done that with those wheel wells or those foot wells in there. And you can see why I had to cut out that part of the seat that I had to cut out, so it made room for these tubs. The next thing you have to do now is you have to go back and fill this in. And this is going to be a rear seat delete. So basically it'll look like someone took the seat out. And then what you'll do is you'll flock that. And the flocking will take care of any problems really where it doesn't look like it belongs. And then once I get this taken care of, then we can go and get the tub in. I'm actually thinking about, seriously contemplating putting in a roll bar, and that would be scratch built. So that's where we are with this thing. We're getting there. It's just a slow process, but any more cutting I'll do will be just in the moment, but right now we got it figured out, I think. So all right, guys, that's it for today. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon. This is Terry. I'm out.